You know, today is the worst day of my life. Of all the years, all the months, all the weeks, all the days, all the days of the week, today is the worst day of my life. So thank you, God brother, for finding it in your schedule to muss up your hair all grungy and come to see me. I appreciate that. I'll never forget that. But I'm loading this video because I have an idea. Trying to distract myself. Okay, so Adam, Eve, and Lilith. Nobody talks about Lilith. And Lilith, they say, was God's first wife. I mean, Adam's first wife. And Eve was the one that he was satisfied to acquire. And they say that she is associated with the snake. So in my story of Adam and Eve, so I was born in the year of the snake. So we make Eve born in the year of the snake. And you know how Tyler Perry stopped construction of his studios in Georgia because of these programs that came out re-AI, because to declassify information, since the Nixon, whatever, who was that guy that he got in trouble for? He got fired for like invading somebody's privacy. The president, from not too long ago, about 100 years ago. less. So anyway, what we do with the AI is we take true stories that the drones have picked up in heat, either from underground, which is very popular, or from the sky, which is very popular in exchange for Wi-Fi. Now, Wi-Fi on the sky is difficult because the census, the government doesn't want you to be talking too much shit when they're corrupt. That's a non-issue. But the thing is that we have so many true stories from the very beginning to the very end, that the computer, based on the heat and the x-ray, like let's say when it's regular on the ground, you have these vans that x-ray everybody. Like they'll be driving by and they'll x-ray you on the bus stop. So you'll be bones and like transparent to this bus and the people in it. And it's to see what you're carrying. Like if you have a gun, if you're transporting. These bitches here, there's a lot of people that just shove a lot of shit in their butt. Okay, it's very normal for them. For whatever reason, fear or high risk adventure. So, what the computer does is that it will take the true story and attach it to an image that is generated or not that. It'll take, like me, it'll show me like as a deep black girl, instead of like a light skinned white girl. Like a dark skinned light girl, I mean. I haven't been white in a while. So the Lilith and Adam. Now, the story behind Adam is that he's always telling God that he wants that the horses is not enough, that his duties are not enough, that life as he knows it is just not enough, right? This is how I'm saying it. I haven't read it in a while. I'm like paraphrasing. And there's no mention of his problem being with Lilith. Now, in magic and spells, Lilith is very popular. She's like, Puerto Ricans would understand her as like a Santa Barbara. Like she's bad. She's bad. Like she's one of the baddest bitches, right? She'll light you up. She's an arsonist. She's an arsonist. She'll light you up on fire or whatever. She'll get rid of you. Like she's like she fixes the problem. Like if Adam has somebody trying to get with him, I hope he's not gay because that man's gonna be daddy. So she is, in my version, Lilith comes down from another planet and reaches third Earth where we are and meets Adam and decides that she is his. And they get up together, right? Until people start going missing and it's not Lilith and her magic and her science doing it. And basically Eve comes to the rescue of Adam, who's being, I mean, rape is a strong word and you should only use it when it's true. When you say no and the person keeps going, right? You say no one time and that person keeps going, that's rape. Now, this is what happens with Lilith and Adam. We don't really talk about men being raped. But because of what they have and what they can provide, a woman has the tendency to rape and be forgiven for rape, for the theft of DNA, for the capturing of a human male and forcing him to provide food, clothing, and shelter in exchange for sexual pleasure, cocaine, cannabis, beer, whatever the world will provide you with, nice wagyu, a mahi mahi, succulent swine ribs, sweet totones, whatever she was doing for him. So how did Eve uppercut this having ass bitch Lilith? I mean, I don't. This is just a story that I'm writing. It's when you follow Christ, you're always trying to conceptualize it to your current day. And this is how I see it. So, Eve, pause a moment. I'm going to give you a comparison. When we see Joseph, he's sold by his brother into slavery. And how did the father allow that to happen? Because ultimately, the father knew that the son he built would end up by the Pharaoh because he raised a gem, an util man, who was mentally stable and physically capable. Now with Daniel, Daniel was thrown into the lion's den and was not harmed by these lions. Now, I don't know if you have a friend who deals with lions, but I have a friend who deals with lions, and he told me that the only reason that lion only took off his leg was because they knew each other. Like, he started telling that lion, like, I know you're not hungry. I know you just ate. We've been here for a long time. And and then the lion was satisfied just taking Jay's leg, but he didn't consume him entirely because of the words, because he knew that lion understood that the cell was that they're kind of like family. Now, the Daniel story, where I'm getting at is that he gets thrown into the lion's den, but his north had been to get to this lion's den because he was looking for his missing lions. So he has some lions, and he raises some lions. They get took or they go missing or they roam because cats go far. The satos go far. These canines here, they go far. Any one of my dogs, you give them a piece of my article and they'll find me no matter where I am. Like, of my 9 dogs, I got a couple in Canovanas. I got a couple in Colobos. I got dogs in Ponce. I got dogs that stayed here in Rincon. But what I'm saying is that they have relationships as children, and they smell it. They remember, they understand you, they understand the tone of your fear. So his prayer to God was, first Adam must have been like, oh my God, I wish one of my earth people was good enough, could take this alien bitch. And then the Daniel is that he just gave it to God and let the universe figure it out. So he ends up finding his lions, and them lions remember him. Okay, so we got Eve. Now, who's to say that Eve is not like one of these like in the South, these worshiping ass people, snake charmers? I don't know if they are Baptists, but there's a certain religion, and in the Middle East, they're also snake charmers. It's that basic Aladdin story of snakes in a basket. So you don't see that here in Puerto Rico a lot. Even though a lot of Middle Eastern people are in Aguadilla, and a lot of mainlanders are on the other end of the territory here in Rincon, heading out towards Mayagüez. And I'm talking about giant boas. I'm talking about, you could throw a couple of dogs in that python. Huge. Okay. I mean, there's a lady that sells in her food truck, and she'll kill a giant snake and leave it there. And I've had to pass by, like on my bike, and you see all the snakes around it. I mean, all the bugs on it, and I'm like, I'm only passing close because those bugs are there. Because if them flies was not there, I'll be fucked up. I would have to respect that snake and get out the way, because it could wrap me and my bicycle. That's how big it was. So we have Eve, who is naturally from Earth. And what she starts to do is she uses the water, the ocean, the lake, the river to basically murder everybody in Lilith's circle until the bitch is just a bracelet on a plate. And we can capture time in this story with an Indian, a plate, and jewelry, but tobacco and things like that, like an offering. But we can see that Indian, who in the Lilith book is Tupi. They call him Tupi. And it sounds as if it refers to the angel that guards birds. Tupiel is the guardian angel of all flying animals. And the cliffhanger that we close with is that Lilith did leave an offspring, even though she was not able to survive Eve and her snakes. So the whole thing is how snakes can kill your pet, your friend, your like whatever, and in different locations. Then we see Eve not so much getting caught, but meeting with Adam and him realizing that she's like bonkersly beautiful. Hopefully, you know, I don't know if that would be true with how far back that goes, but that is the story of Eve and the snake reconceptualized for the worst day of my bloody life.